The San Diego Padres are going for it. You gotta love sports. How about the San Diego Padres owning the baseball trade deadline with a flurry of moves over the last couple of days, but none bigger than this guy. Mike Clevinger is going to be an ace, a difference maker for San Diego, and it's all sorts of awesome. Look, this was a blockbuster deal, and A.J. Preller is always aggressive, the outstanding general manager for the San Diego Padres, and the Indians got some good, solid players and guys with upside. Naylor's instantly going to be inserted into the batting order, but look, they didn't even have to give up a stud prospect, and they needed another ace. They needed a horse. They needed a stud. That's the guy. Clevinger is a difference maker. I think he has ace stuff. Obviously, had to get out of Cleveland after what happened when he didn't obey curfew. And we're talking about a pandemic, and you don't have your teammates' trust, and you leave the hotel and you go out in Chicago, you're not going to be on the roster much longer. And the Indians are still an excellent team right now. But for the Padres, there's a difference maker. And look, the Dodgers are unequivocally the team to beat when you look at the division, but the Padres are going for it. And Nola is a stud. Moreland, what a pickup, first base designated hitter. They had an atrocious bullpen. They get Trevor Rosenthal, the closer from Kansas City. I mean, this is an unbelievable job by the Padres. They see an area of weakness and they go out and they have this unbelievable ability to just deal with it. Rosenthal closing games. I mean, we've talked at length on Time to Shine how atrocious this Padre bullpen is, which is why you can never, ever rip on Fernando Tatis or anyone else swinging 3-0 or trying to accumulate as many runs as possible because, you know, the Padres bullpen, it's like, here come the clowns. And I've been screaming that the Padres lead the league in fun. Look, Fernando Tatis Jr. is everything. And right now, he's the NL MVP. And I don't even think it's close, with all apologies to my guy, Mookie Betts. And I think the Padres are going to be amazing come playoff time. They needed someone who could pitch the ninth. They needed a legit ace to start a series, to set a tone. Tatis Jr.'s everything right with the sport. Manny Machado and Eric Hosmer and Will Myers, just incredible. No one's catching the Dodgers in the regular season. The Dodgers still the pick to win the World Series, but the Padres are going for it. Clevinger is under control and under contract, not only this year, but also in 2021, 2022. The San Diego Padres not only lead the league in fun, they're set up to have a sustained playoff run this year and to be around and to be fun and to be relevant in Major League Baseball for a very long time. Jamal Murray versus Donovan Mitchell. That's a show. I am obsessed, and you know this is not a Johnny-come-lately opinion. We have been raving about these guys and their competition all regular season long, and once the matchup between Utah and Denver was set. Jamal Murray, are you kidding me? What he was able to do last night, you want to talk about an unreal zone? You want to talk about the ultimate nuggets of domination? How about the fact that Jamal Murray, when you look at his ability to dominate when it matters, we're talking about a guy who in the last 3 games, 2 of them elimination games, has averaged 19 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's crazy. He had 21 in the fourth quarter to survive Game 6 and force a Game 7. A 50-burger for Jamal Murray. And then, of course, his intelligence, his emotion. He is just so smart, and he absolutely gets it. And that interview he did on the court, it was absolutely perfect after the victory. And thank you, sports gods, for giving us a Game 7. Told you this was going to be the most fun series and the best series of them all. And listen, I still think Donovan Mitchell is a better player than Jamal Murray. I still think the Utah Jazz are going to win this series. You know, Murray got the best of Mitchell in the last 2 games, whether it's, you know, the point total, the fourth quarter play, or the team's victory. But I still think if you do the compare and contrast that Mitchell's a little bit more consistently excellent and dominant. And by the way, we've seen it just by a hair in this series. This is why you love sports, and this is going to be a fun rivalry for a very long time. I am so thankful that we have a Game 7 coming up on Tuesday night. Jamal Murray has been everything right with the NBA. He has just been absolutely positively superb, absolutely positively spectacular, but I will take Donovan Mitchell and I will take the Utah Jazz to send Jamal Murray and Denver home. I could see them both scoring over 50 in Game 7, and wouldn't that be perfect? And wouldn't that be fitting? I still think while it's close and it's now officially on as a hated and heated rivalry, I still think it's Donovan Mitchell's time to shine. It's the LA Lakers, not the LA Clippers, who still have the best chance of the LA basketball teams in terms of winning a championship this season. I know everyone wants to make a big deal about the Clippers and their victory yesterday, but the Lakers, it's still their time to shine. Has anyone noticed that LeBron James is locked and loaded with another triple-double? Another 30 points plus triple-double? I mean, this is who he is. This is what he does. And he made sure that the Portland Trail Blazers had no life on Saturday night. And when you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis cooking like they were rocking on Saturday night, it is the best 1-2 punch in the NBA, bar none. I don't want to hear about Kawhi and Paul George. We've been very consistent on AD and LeBron, top of the charts. And when Anthony Davis is aggressive and dominant and absolutely rocked and rolled like he did as a model of domination and efficiency for the LA Lakers, it's over. I mean, and look at what he did in this series. And these are averages. And that even includes how he was sleepwalking through game number 1, which they lost. Then he was dominant in the rest of the series, and, oh, by the way, they won. And it might sound simplistic, but that's the recipe for domination for the LA Lakers, and they're going to take that recipe with AD and LeBron and win a championship this year. Now, credit Kawhi. I give Kawhi Leonard so much credit. He's a winner. He's a champion. You know, he made sure to put his stamp on Game 6. I mean, things got a little sweaty there in the fourth quarter against Luka Doncic and the Mavericks on Sunday. Kawhi's an assassin. We saw it with Toronto last year. We saw it with San Antonio in the past. And, you know, you always got to factor in a Kawhi Leonard-led team. And he was terrific against Dallas. But Marcus Morris is still a clown and a punk. The Clippers don't have the chemistry that the Lakers do. And I really am staying tried and true to my original prediction from last July up until now. I haven't changed my mind at all. The LA Lakers are winning a championship this season.